Welcome to episode 3, Lunch with Lawrence, with my guy, Antonio Stewart,
What up?
a.k.a. Tone, a.k.a. your favorite barber, better known as your barber's favorite barber.
True.
Tone in the building, man. How's it going, bro?
Everything going good, man. I can't complain at all, man.
Good. Cheers, man.
Yeah, you already know, man.
Thank you for coming on the show today, man.
More
Episode 3. I'm excited to have you on. As you know, man, the show is about the Cleveland entrepreneur. I'm just here to, acknowledge everybody in Cleveland that has a business, running a business, is doing great things for the city. And you are definitely one of the guys that's contributing to that, man. So we're going to get into it. So one of the things I like to talk about, man, is everybody knows you as a barber. Mm-hmm. You know, you're also a father of 4. You're a husband. You have multiple locations. You have multiple hustles. As you can see, we got the hustle on the wall.
Yeah, I like
and,
that.
I want to get into all of it, man. So let's start back to the barbering piece, man. Kind of tell me how you got into becoming a barber and, how that started.
I kind of feel like barbering chose me. Because when people ask me, I was about 15. My dad, my brother, and my cousin, they always was cutting hair. So they was cutting my hair, my brother's hair on the porch and everything. Nobody actually took it serious. It was kind of like a little hustle for them, whatever. Yeah. And they just did it in their spare time, whatever. Okay. But then out of nowhere, I just picked up some clippers. A couple of my friends let me try it on them. And, a couple times it wasn't too good. And then my brother, over time, let me start cutting their hair. And from there, I started perfecting my craft. And then I was cutting everybody here in the neighborhood on the porch, kitchen.
So how old were you when you started?
15.
15. Wow. Okay. Yeah. And then from there, it just branched off.
Yeah.
One thing that's dope is that you didn't just stick with just being a barber, right? You decided to get into the actual business of owning barbershops. So where was your first barbershop location?
The first barbershop location was on Noble Road, 2187 Noble Road.
And how long were you there for?
From 2013 until 2020.
2020.
2013 to 2020, I ended up selling in 2020.
So how does that look as far as you found the space, how did you find the location and why did you choose that location?
What originally happened was that I was comfortable and cool working at the shop I was working at, but I knew eventually I was gonna open up my own shop. So then with him, it was the time came to where I seen, the business starting to slump. He didn't take pride into the shop no more. So I came and approached him to buy it. So, he was talking big money talk, and I'm like, oh, you trying to play me? I got the cheese, but then he tried to say something crazy that the shop wasn't worth. So I just went ahead, went right up the street, found the building, put the shop together, and told him I was gonna put him out of business. So
that's what's up, man.
That's what happened.
So right now, currently, how many locations do you have with the barber?
Well, currently I only have 2 locations. Okay. I got the location in South Euclid, and I got one in Cleveland.
Okay.
2 locations I have.
Okay. And so the South Euclid location, which is dope, the name of your barber is Premier Barber Lounge.
Right.
So most people call their barbers, their barber location barber shop.
Right.
Where did the lounge part play in? Why did you choose that?
The whole lounge thing came in play because, everybody was calling themselves a shop, but I always wanted to create a vibe to where you come in, you can relax, chill, network, talk to people, and build, So I created more of a comfortable environment, so lounge was fitting.
Yeah, it's definitely a vibe for sure.
Right.
Pool table in there, flat screen TVs everywhere. It's nice and spacious. I take my kids up there. It's comfortable. It's a nice. So one of the things there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. A lot of things I want to talk about. One, you're rocking your own brand.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Premier was that Premier and Co.
Premier and Co.
So when did you start that?
Premier and Co. started. When did I start Premier and Co? I started Premier and Co. probably last summer. Actually. Okay. It was a venture because I'm into fashion. I like clothes. I like dressing nice and everything. Yeah. And I got an eye, and so I was just I like wearing my own apparel. So I went ahead, created Premier & Co. Because the whole Premier brand is a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people you come to Premier, it's a lifestyle. You come there, you see that on the average, most of the barbers, everybody dress nice. We carry ourselves a certain way. The haircuts go look a certain way. So, Premier is a lifestyle. So when you see a Premier stamp like this, you already know.
Yep.
It's top notch.
And so you mentioned barbers, man. You have a team of barbers in your shop. They all could cut. I'm sitting there waiting on you because sometimes, Tone, he don't really be on time. I have a standing appointment. My standing appointment is every Friday. at 12 o'clock. Okay? You know, and lately I was like, I'm going to just come 12:30, 12:45 because he ain't going to be on time. And the man got so many clients, which we'll get into. But for the most part, when I'm there, man, I'm seeing a lot of your barbers, man, they just like, they be cutting. Yeah. Like, they be cutting. So I bring my son in there. And any barber that's available, all do such a great job with my son. Yeah, they all do a great job with my son, man. So speaking of clientele, so I know that you have a select clientele. Like, you don't pick up, you're not in the business of even like picking up new clients. Like, you have your set clientele. So how did that start, where you was like, listen, I'm done. I have my set clientele, no more new clients, unless it's like a big referral.
Yeah, like somebody got to refer you, like, and be real.
No walk-ins, no none of that.
No walk-ins. It's extremely rare, but I just got to a point to where my clientele was solid. Like, most of the people I cut been rocking with me over 3 years. So we build a bond, we build a relationship, and a report to where they come every week. You know what I'm saying? So my schedule is really blocked up to where I don't have room to really try to fit no new people in. So. And then, you know, everybody that comes to me, professional, family man, businessman, like, you know.
So one of the questions I have is, like, how do you know your worth? Like, you know, some barbers charge 10. I don't know if you can tell the haircut anywhere, but some barbers charge 20, 30, 40. You know, I ain't gonna put out there what you charge, you know, but, you know, you obviously charge what you want to charge and people are gonna pay it. Yeah. And so, like, when did you come to that realization where you was like, man, I'm like the shit when it comes to barbering, I could charge what I want to charge?
The point where I was overbooked, like where I wasn't passing out flyers no more business cards. I wasn't walking around trying to find people. People was finding me. And it was like to the point where I was getting out the shop at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And it was like, it's getting crazy now. So at this point, it's like the prices got to go up. I had people coming to me offering $100, $200, like crazy numbers just to get squeezed in. And this was back in 2000 and what? This was back in 2010, you know what I'm saying? Earlier than that, it was like people coming to me and they like, yo, I paid extra just to get in. And it was for lineups was like 150. I'm like, people willing to pay this, so let me start eliminating some of this overcrowd, and I'm gonna up the price a little bit, and they start weaving out the people that, you know.
So like so I know you mentioned something about passing out flyers. Like, how did you get the clientele? Is that people's haircut speaks for themselves? Like, is it like, I know I could say this. I know when I get my haircut, I'm a walking product. Because as soon as I get out the chair, I go somewhere. People are like, man, I go into Whole Foods or go to the grocery store or whatever. Like, people like, who cuts your hair? Who cuts you up? I get it all the time. So like, I know that's part of marketing, but like, how did you market? How did you market yourself to get that clientele?
In the beginning, it was like, I knew I can cut hair. Everybody in my neighborhood, they knew I can cut hair. Like, I had my hood on lock with the cuts. So then it was like going on Noble Road. It was a whole nother area. I had zero clientele, barely knew a few people up there or whatever. So it was like convincing everybody that I can cut. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing I was doing is like, when people was coming in, I laid them. I give them like the best cut I got in me. Then I'm telling them stuff like, the next person you bring with you, I'm gonna take $5 off on that cut. So I gave them incentive to go out and bring a friend because they get a discount. And I tell that friend the same thing. And after I'm blading them, their haircut is so on point, they like, I'm going back. They don't care about the discount. So then, they become loyal. Then they tell a friend, and from there it just builds. So
that's dope, man. That's dope. So I also know that you are a celebrity barber. Can you name drop a few names, a couple celebrities that sat in your chair, man? Because I feel honored to sit in your chair knowing that certain people.
That whole celebrity barber thing, like people take the celebrity barber thing and run with it, and they get too excited.
Yeah, like, I know you don't.
I don't be caring about, like, you know what I'm saying. I don't even look at myself as a celebrity barber, but I cut some people that got big names and they nice.
Okay,
but like Dwayne Wade, I cut Dwayne Wade. My guy Fab, Andy. Just to name a few. I got you. I feel like all my clients is celebrities. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go.
All my clients, all my clients.
Man. You hear that?
All my clients. I'm not even gonna say most. All my clients, entrepreneurs, businessmen. They take care of their business. They successful. Like, and they pay the same kind of price them celebrities pay. So that's why I don't go and run like a lot. I take pride in my clients. You know what I'm saying? So I don't just take it like, oh no, so-and-so called me, I ain't gonna be able to get you today, so I'm gonna take care of you, and then I'm gonna let them know, what I'm saying, I'll get to you when I can.
Yep. So, one thing that I like that you do, man, is it was a day when I was in your shop, and you were having different guests speakers coming to the shop to talk to your barbers. I know you have a lot of young barbers. And so it was like you had a life insurance agent come in, you had somebody else come in that has a profession that your barbers could benefit from.
True.
That I never seen. And that's one of the things that I like about you, because it was like, man, you were cutting my hair and you was like, yeah, this is something I do because I want to see my team my team win. I don't want them just thinking, oh yeah, barber, make a couple dollars, cut hair, but like get your insurance, get your real estate, like get into different things that's gonna help you propel yourself and create more income and develop relationships, man. So like, where did that whole thing come from?
Like, my whole thing is always to tell barbers, and especially my team, my staff, to think beyond the chair. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to sit down and just think I'm gonna be a barber, cut hair, and that's it. Yeah. Like, you got to think beyond the chair. One day you go feel like you don't want to cut hair no more, or one day something might happen to your hand. You get older, your skill is not the same. Yeah. So I always tell them to think beyond the chair, because you got to always plan for the future and set yourself up for success. And I tell them, I give them a nice breakdown of their money. Like, when you bringing in X amount of dollars, take this much, put it into a savings. Take this much, put it into investing. So I always tell them to break their money down. Don't look at all your money as one whole, as 100%. Like, break it down in percentages.
Man, that's dope.
And then I bring people around. Like, I got people that's attorneys, or people that's insurance brokers and different stuff like that. Or like, so I partnered with my guy Larice. We had an event up at the shop where we brought, what was that, Fifth Third? I think it was Fifth Third Bank. And they came up there with the big truck. Was able to run people credit, help them find out different avenues and stuff to help build their credit, things they can get if they want to get pre-approval for homes or anything like that. So we had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, and shout out to Larice Purnell, man. He's if you don't know Larice, everybody in Cleveland should know Larice. He has one of the biggest black-owned accounting firms in Cleveland. Definitely doing his thing. He gets your taxes done. He puts on for the city. He has black expos where he has hundreds of vendors come out every year. I know we didn't do one last year because of COVID, but definitely doing big things, man. Congratulations, Larice and Rashonda, by the way. So most definitely, that's what's up, man. One thing I want to talk about is last year when COVID hit, right? Pandemic happened, and the mayor and the states and the CDC told all barbers they had to close your doors, and salon owners had to close their doors. And then on top of that, your wife, you and your wife had a set of twins, all in the same year. So not only do you have these two beautiful newborn babies that's coming to the world, you had to close your doors to the shop, man. So like, how was that experience for you?
It was crazy, but at the end of the day, like, I'm a hustler. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't just stop. Like, I can make money anywhere I go. So I have properties, you know what I'm saying, where we buying, flipping, So you already know, you came through. Like, I had to call it the trap house. I'm like, hey, look, I gotta go. I got a house up listed, but I'm about to chill on the market right now. We gonna end up cutting it here. So we set up shop over there, kept the money rolling. Prices went up.
Prices went up. And all your clients definitely paid.
And all my clients still scheduled their appointments and came through.
That's crazy. Look, man, it's a pandemic. The city is shut down, and I'm still faithfully getting my haircut every Friday just to sit in the house. I like to look good. I like to feel good. You know what I'm saying? You look good, you feel good, you feel good, you do good. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So
people want to sit in the house looking crazy, looking in the mirror when they get out the shop.
Tell them, like, look, my prices is this much, but they gonna be this much. Run it. And I'm like, let's run it every Friday. I'm gonna keep that appointment.
People coming over to the house piled up and they're waiting. Like, we was rolling. We kept the show going. But speak on the pandemic and then having the twins at the same time, like, we call them our pandemic babies. Like, no, it was cool because we was able to sit back and build and actually be in the house and put time in them and, like, get to know each other, even with the twins all over again. And it was a good vibe though. Like, I definitely appreciate the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? It's the gift and the curse for sure.
It is, man. And for me, it's like one of the things that transpired in my life during the pandemic was, of course, just more quality time with family, but also like got like paid off all my debt. Like, it was like just sitting still.
You was able to find
and
out
still
what
making money though.
What wasn't though.
Yeah, exactly. And then still making money. It was like, man, because I still, with my business, real estate is always a going thing. Business got crazy. Like, business
started booming.
Was booming even more. Like, because all these investors was like, all right, I need reliable income. I want to put my business in real estate. So the referral business came like crazy on my end.
Right.
And I was able to just pay off all my debt, credit cards, everything. Just got a debt. And it was like in a matter of like 2 months.
That was dope.
You know, so that was a blessing, man.
Yeah.
But so you mentioned, so now we're gonna shift from barbering. We talked a lot about that into the real estate business. So one, you're a real estate investor. You flip some really nice properties. You're more so like flipping the suburb high end properties. I'm more of that inner city, you know, inner city Cleveland. But you're like Richmond and South Euclid, Garfield. And then your wife is also a real estate agent, right? Yeah. So that's like the best of both worlds.
It's the best. Like, that's my partner in crime right there.
So how did you get into the real estate business?
See, in the beginning, you know, I was focused on barbering, getting a barber shop. Like, that was my thing. So, you know, in the process of me opening up my shop on Noble, when I was getting started with that, you know, me and my wife ended up dating or whatever. And, you know, we went on dates, and then I knew that she was into the real estate game, but I had no interest in the real estate game. I feel like it took too long to get the money, you know what I'm saying? I'm you know, fast, man. I'm getting to it like that. Yeah. So then she like, no, like, the real estate game is where it's at. Yeah. So me and her, we sat down, started talking, and we ended up investing into our first property out Euclid off 222nd. Yeah. So that was like our first property investment. So from there, we turned that into a rental house, but we got that house for the low, and that house paid for itself the first year. Wow. And then from there, we used the money from there to just constantly keep buying more properties and flipping our way up from there. So that's how I got turned on to it. Like, my wife, she loved the real estate game. That's what she was into. She poured some of that into me. We invested together and started building from there. So
did she also find the properties and just send the deals to you?
Yeah. Like, we'd be sitting up on auction.com, looking at properties and everything, seeing what's listing. Yeah. I'll mess around, be doing work or whatever. She'd send me a text message like, yo, go check this out. Because I got an eye for, like, I go look at a house and I can tell you exactly how much it's going to cost to get fixed. You know, I can roof, foundation, driveway, and then we really was targeting Euclid because we got so familiar with the inspectors, so we knew what they were looking for. But
so it sounds like you got a solid contractor on your team.
Oh yeah.
Who's the contractor? If you don't mind me asking, man. Sarzo Construction.
Mitchell, my guy.
Listen, Rodney.
He a piece of shit though, but that's my dude though.
Hey Rodney, I'm gonna get you on the show too, man.
Rodney a piece of shit, but that's my dude though. I love that nigga, man. That's like my brother, but that's a motherfucker. That's my dude. I love that nigga.
Yeah, Roddy and I, we go way back, man. I definitely used him on some jobs a long time ago. Then we kind of lost touch as far as business goes, but I see him killing it, doing his thing. I see that he recently did you and Tara's property.
Oh, yeah.
That came out super nice.
I appreciate that.
Hey, I'm like, yo, this is nice. I'm like, listen, I'm ready to go ahead and bust a move, man, and get me something nice because, you know, but that's what's up. So shout out to Rodney, man, Sarzo Construction. I know he's in the city.
He did a shop on Mayfield, too.
He
put my shop together on Mayfield.
I mean, he's done a lot of shops. I know Rodney mainly a lot of salons, barbershops, but a lot of like big homes. Yeah. He really shifted his brand and his target. It's just in advance.
Yeah, he just took it to a whole nother level.
It takes a whole nother level. So we're gonna get you on, Rodney, just so you know. I'm coming for you.
Sure.
I'm coming for you. So Rolexes. So you got me to buy my first Rolex, man. I think between you and King Beyond, who I had on episode 1, man, like y'all both got the prezzies. You know, I ain't quite presidential yet. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there.
You doing it right though.
I'm gonna get there. But one of the things that I know that you do is you actually purchase. You purchase Rolexes that you had, but you flip Rolex. You flip the watches too.
Yeah, because like, you know, the demand for them went up tremendously, you know, during the we call it, me and Rodney call it the bandemic.
The bandemic. Everybody got bands. Everybody got bands.
No, I just went through the roof, like, because you know, I had a few watches that were just sitting around it. I just decided I wasn't wearing no more, and then I just put it out there, like, see if somebody want to get it. It was like throwing a fishing rod out there. And who was buying it, flipping them. Then I got a relationship with Austin Jeweler, so my jeweler up there, she had send me stuff nonstop. And either if I find somebody that want to buy it, I put my little tax on it, flip it like that. So
okay. So what's a good profit from a Rolex watch? Like what?
Good profit.
Share some numbers with me real quick, man.
I'm gonna tell you during the pandemic. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
Like I had a date dress that I bought for about $5,500, and I flipped it for 20, like
20,000. I'm in the wrong business.
But see, that was because people didn't understand the value,
but they wanted it, though.
But it's like they wanted it's a crown on it,
but they ain't
know no better. But at the end of the day, Do your research.
Do your research. Yeah, business is business.
It was. I mean,
because they could have negotiated.
It didn't cost them nothing for real, but you know,
right.
But like for 20 G's, it was crazy. Wow. But then after that, it was just
Wow.
Yeah. It was going. It was going. Still got some stuff to sell too. Somebody else looking for something.
That's what's up, man. So you got 2 barbershops. You got the Premier Clothing. Got the real estate business. You was definitely hustling watches. Is there anything else that I don't know about, man?
What else?
Anything coming up? Anything in the making?
Yeah, actually, okay. Premier Barber Academy coming soon.
Nice.
Sweet Sadie's brunch.
Nice.
That's coming soon.
Okay.
It's a lot of. I have to put it in the universe because it's like I gotta say something about it because once I put it out there, it's happening,
you got to. You can't go back on it. I'm the same way. Like when I would start telling people I was gonna do this podcast before I had any of the equipment and everything. It's like I put it out there, so I gotta make it happen. Shout out to my dad who's actually behind the cameras, Larry James podcast, man. I hit him up because my dad has a recording studio in Euclid, where people come into his space and they shoot episodes, whether it's just things to talk about, ebooks, church events, all types of stuff. So. He's a connect. If anybody wants to get their podcast thing going, I'll make sure I mention my dad's information.
I want to do something with him, like really get like the shop kind of vibe. You know how like Ron got to show the shop?
Yeah.
But I feel like it don't tap into the real essence of like barbershops and barbershop vibes. Like I like his angle and what he's doing with it. Like it's dope. But I'm talking about like, you know how we got an open conversation. We talk about real life and all kinds of shit in the barbershop. And it involved the barbers. Barbers is usually the ones that control the narrative of the story and the narrative of the conversation.
You've been in Cleveland all your life, right? Mm-hmm. What area? Like where are you from in Cleveland?
124th Superior.
124th from Superior. Yeah. How was it growing up in that?
You in the heart of it all. Like I come from a family of 10, so it's 7 boys, 3 girls. We always in one household, Section 8. But I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like that helped build our character and who we are today. So, I mean, I come from the hood. I come from some real life shit.
So where did the drive? Like where did you get your drive, man, to like hustle and obviously like do things on a positive note, like not being in the streets, barbering and really just being a grown man and taking care of your family, taking your career to a whole nother level. Like, what gave you that drive? What gave you that determination?
The shit that gave me the drive was the lack of having. You know what I'm saying? The lack of having and being young and wanting certain stuff and knowing you couldn't get it. So, that pushed me to be a hustler to where, like, I was never, you can't call me a drug dealer. I was a hustler. Right. Anything I touch, I can sell. So, like, once you consider somebody a drug dealer, it's like you targeted, like, this is what you do. This is where your focus is at. So, a lot of dudes, they don't know how to transition from being a drug dealer because this is all they know. You know what I'm saying? For me, I was a hustler, so anything I touched, I was able to sell. You know what I'm saying? I had no issue selling anything I touched. But then what pushed me to really stay focused and build myself as an individual was watching my dad. You know what I'm saying? Watching my dad like hold down the whole family, and then like from my siblings, it's like just thinking on top of my head, it's 4 of us that's actually from him, and the rest was stepkids. But he never treated nobody differently, you know what I'm saying? And he was a provider. Like, he provided, he was there. He was a real dad, and that's what kept me with that structure with, like, having my family, having my wife, taking care of my kids, and providing for my family type shit, so. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. And one of the last questions I always ask my guests, man, is Cleveland, man. How do you feel about the city of Cleveland when it comes to entrepreneurship? Do you feel like, a lot of people run away from Cleveland. A lot of people feel like, man, I'm done with Cleveland, too much competition, or not even competition, too many haters. I'm going to go ahead and just take my business elsewhere to a whole different state and start fresh. Like, what's your take on just being a businessman in the city of Cleveland, and how do you feel about the city? How do you feel about the city and business?
I love Cleveland. I love Cleveland. I just feel like a lot of people tap in and tune in to the wrong noise. You know what I'm saying? So if you get a deaf ear to certain shit, then you don't hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you tapping in on all your haters, you might have more supporters that's actually rocking with you than the haters. But you so tuned in on the haters because you want everybody to love you. But if you tap into the people that really love you and support you, and you focus all your energy and time on that, you'll feel that support, and you'll feel that all that encouragement, and make you want to drive and go harder. Like, all the noise from the haters and shit, I don't know what the fuck that shit sound like.
Yeah.
I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We ain't in the same circles. We don't sit at the same table.
Yep.
So I'm rocking with the people that support me and that help me build. You know what I'm saying? And I pour in that. I invest in them. So, you know what I'm saying? You got something going on. I'm rocking with you. I'm supporting what you got going on.
Yep.
I'm going to bring you around my people that got shit going on. We're going to continue building like that. But Cleveland, like, as a whole, like, I love it. I love seeing, like, a lot of black entrepreneurs, like, people out here, like, doing their own thing because everybody ain't suited for college. Like, everybody don't want to go to college.
Yeah.
Just because you go to college don't mean you're going to be successful. Like, you go graduate with debt. Working to pay that off and pocket the rest. You know what I'm saying? But being an entrepreneur, and it's like what Cleveland is built off of right now.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we got a lot of black people doing their thing here. Like, I love the city, though.
Man, I'm the same way, man. Like, the only thing that discourages me about Cleveland every year is winter. Winter is winter, but this winter wasn't that bad.
Yeah, the winter
wasn't that bad, man.
Like, one thing, like, I fucking hate the winter too on the low, but I try to find a good in it to where, like, my kids love snow. Like, my daughter, we want to go out in the snow and play. Caleb want to go out, and my stepson, he want to go out play in the snow. And so we'd go down there by that McDonald's on out Euclid, hit that shit a couple times so they get cold and be like, I'm ready to go. All right, fuck, we out here. But, I mean, it's like the give and the curse because you got to think the people that stay out in Arizona and Miami, they want the snow.
They do.
You know what I'm saying?
They do.
We get the best of both worlds.
That's true.
So,
well, that's what's up, Tone, man. I really appreciate you coming to my home, man, for episode 3. Lunch with Lawrence. As you know, man, we're gonna have some lunch. Got a chef. That's running late, you know what I'm saying? But
Rodney get his interview. I'm busting in on his shit.
Yeah, man.
Like, what you lying about?
No, we're gonna definitely break some bread, man. I'm happy you here, man. And outside of today, man, I'm gonna see you on Friday, aka Fresh Cut Fridays.
Fresh Cut Fridays.
Hey, man, it's a wrap, brother.
Yeah, you already
Appreciate
know.
You.
I'm gone.
Appreciate
It's
you.
tapped out
well,
already. We out.
I got you. Got a full bottle right here.
Right.